Welcome to the Dietitian Side Hustle podcast. My name is Katie Dodd, and I'm a nutrition entrepreneur. I spent 7 years as a side hustler before diving into entrepreneurship full time. Before making the leap, I was bringing in 6 figures through my side hustle. If I can do it, you can too. This podcast is for dietitians, interns, and students who want to be inspired to start or perfect the side hustle of their dreams. Let's do this. Hello and welcome to the 287th episode of the Dietitian Side Hustle podcast, introducing the Side Hustle Accelerator program. Now, I am so excited to share with you guys today a new program that I've actually been dreaming and scheming behind the scenes for a very long time. Now, I just wrapped up my 3-day Side Hustle Starter Challenge, and at the end of the challenge, I presented this new offer. So, if you're listening to the podcast live, you might be like, why didn't the podcast go live Wednesday? That's because we're in the middle of the challenge, so the podcast is going live on a Friday. But the doors are officially open for this new program. And I will tell you, this challenge we did over the last 3 days was so much fun to see dietitians getting engaged and involved and figuring out what is it that I want to start and what am I going to do moving forward. Now, I presented this offer for those, not just in the challenge, but those in my community who are looking to get started and have success in their side hustle. So I'm going to tell you guys all about this program, but I also kind of want to back up a little bit and tell you more about why I created this program. And I will tell you, I feel like as an entrepreneur, one of our jobs is we are always evolving, we're always pivoting, we're always getting feedback from our audience to figure out what do you need and how can I help you better. So, not just for me and how I help you guys, but even for you guys and how I help your audience. So, Blogging Accelerator program has been my flagship offer for years. Now, there have been lots of changes in the blogging world. You might hear different things about blogging. I have pretty strong opinions on it. I often hear people say blogging is dead, AI is taking over blogging, and I will strongly argue that blogging is not dead. My blogs still make really awesome passive income. They still help lots and lots of people. But one thing about blogging is that it changes. It's always changed. When I started my blog, The Geriatric Dietitian, in 2019, I remember right after I started the blog, I was seeing these articles that were talking about blogging being dead. And I'm like, oh no, what did I get myself into? And at the time, there was like this change where like Google would show kind of a snippet and a preview of what was on your website. So if you search something, Google would show a snippet of someone's website so they wouldn't have to click into it if they didn't want to. And everyone's like, that's it. People aren't going to have to go to our websites. It's over. And I will tell you, over the years of blogging, I've continued to see these clickbait articles come out, but also real truths about, things are changing. How we do things does change. And that's just life. That's just business. We feel like we got things all figured out. It pivots, it changes. But all that to say, I still think that blogging is a very viable side hustle, full hustle, business, way to drive massive traffic, way to provide authority, expertise, free information to the public that's evidence based, and create opportunities for multiple streams of income, including passive income. And again, Blogging Accelerator program has been my flagship program for a long time, but a lot of things have shifted with blogging. And then I was also reflecting on what I do with my students in Blogging Accelerator program. And what we do is so much more than blogging. We start off with learning the basics of how to build the blog, search engine optimization to drive traffic, but so much of what we're doing is online business. It's work on mindset, it's work on marketing, it's work on sales. It's the big picture of business. And I also think there's been this disconnect between my brand and my primary offer. So, my brand is Dietitian Side Hustle. Well, I guess one of my many brands. But Dietitian Side Hustle is this podcast, it is the book I wrote, it is my Facebook group I run, it is my website. And then I have this program called Blogging Accelerator Program. And I love Blogging Accelerator Program. It is a wonderful, wonderful program. But again, that disconnect of going from side hustle to blog. So when I was brainstorming, how can I continue to help people? What would be an offer that would really, really help people where they are at right now? I was kind of stuck in between brands. And this this actually came to me when I was driving. I was in California with my business mastermind friends, and that was where, we're dreaming, scheming, coming up with how can I continue to help people better. And what I realized is I can take my two brands and combine them and create something awesome. So, Side Hustle Accelerator program, if you can't tell, is a combination of dietitian side hustle and blogging accelerator program. So, I essentially took two parts, combined them, and we have the Side Hustle Accelerator program. So, this program is going to be really, really cool. So, that's a little bit of why I made it, but I want to dive into what's in the program, really for two reasons. Number one, for anyone listening who's like, I need this, Katie. I absolutely would love to see you in the program. It's going to be amazing. But then also to show you on the back end, as an entrepreneur, how we create offers, what they look like, and all of the things. So I do have pulled up, if you're on YouTube watching this, I have sidehustleacceleratorprogram.com. I have the website as it stands right now. When I'm recording this, the doors aren't technically open yet, but that button will change actually very, very soon. Um, I'm actually going to be changing it right after I'm done recording this podcast episode. So, the Side Hustle Accelerator program, for those watching this live, this is the first time that I am offering this program. The whole goal is to build strong foundations and create real momentum. I often teach the sales cycle. I say often, I always teach it. It's the foundation of things that I teach my students. And this is how we make money. This is how we drive traffic. This is the difference between people who have success and don't have success when it comes to side hustles and online business. And just a quick overview of the sales cycle, it is made of four parts. And as entrepreneurs, we're continually doing this, it never stops: marketing, lead acquisition, sales, and fulfillment. It's a circle, it just keeps going and going and going. Marketing is getting in front of the right people. One of our biggest problems is that people do not know that we exist. So we always have to make sure that we are marketing on the right platforms to the right people so people know we exist and we can provide education, information, and help people who need our services. Now, marketing isn't enough. People can know we exist, but algorithms change. People might see us one day, they don't see us tomorrow, and they might want more from us. So that's why lead acquisition is so important. This is where we get people on our email list or text message marketing if that's your jam as well. And this is where we are able to email our ideal client who has opted in to say, yes, I want to be on your list, provide them massive value, provide them support, and provide them opportunities to buy products and services that will serve them. Then it goes to sales. And this is where you present your offers to people. This could be through email. This could be through your marketing channels. This could be through sales calls. This could be through conversion events. But making sure that you are letting people know not just that you exist, but here are the ways I could help you, and selling with confidence. And then finally, fulfillment. I feel like this is the easiest part for people. This is fulfilling on what people bought. This is what school taught us. This is being the dietitian. This is, providing the service, or if it's a digital product, making sure they're sent it. So the sales cycle is foundational when it comes to building a business. And this is actually going to be what we are focused on in the Side Hustle Accelerator program. I know that part probably doesn't sound very exciting, but it's not just about the excitement. It's not just about the, you know, motivation. It's also about building real strong foundations to your business to make sure that it is successful. So, the Side Hustle Accelerator program is going to be a 6-week program. My goal is to help you to create clarity, systems, and a sales engine to turn your skill set into a real online business without exclusively trading time for money. I'm always big picture of how can we build out a business that does not always require you to trade time for money, because if your entire business is built upon working with people one-on-one, whether or not that's with clients or with contract work, you're going to burn out eventually. We need to make sure that we are building out multiple streams of income, big picture, long term, and passive income. So in this program, I'm going to go over lots of different things. Like I said, I've got the website I'm sharing. I'm not going to read every single thing on here, but I want to kind of talk about the problem and then the solution that this program offers. So one of the big problems that I see for dietitian side hustlers is they're good at what they do, right? We are awesome at being dietitians. We've got skill sets and skills and services that people need. But school taught us to trade time for money. Most of our income is tied entirely to our hours. So, if you're someone who's thought, like, man, I've been thinking about starting a side hustle for a long time, but I'm just so overwhelmed by all the potential things. I tried to start a side hustle once and then things just stalled out because I didn't really know what to do, or I just got too busy with life. Maybe you feel stuck between wanting to make more money, but then also not wanting to get burnt out. Like, how am I going to find time to actually build out this side hustle? Or maybe you've even wondered, maybe there's a better way that I could be using my expertise as a dietitian. And I will say, ideas are great, but what we need is systems. And that's why I presented that, sales cycle at the beginning. So there is a way to build out income that isn't limited by your time through scalable offers, content, products, programs, and smart systems. And the truth of the matter is, we were not taught this in school, right? Our jobs didn't teach us this. We don't necessarily learn this on social media, maybe little bits and pieces. But this is why I created the Side Hustle Accelerator program. It is an implementation focused program for healthcare professionals who want to build scalable online businesses, not just learn about one. This isn't just about concepts. This isn't just about the how to. This is about us actually building out the bones of your business together. In 6 weeks, you are going to have clarity in your niche and the direction of your business. You're going to have your marketing and visibility system so the right people can find you. You're going to build out your email list, having a lead magnet and a series of automations so people can sign up to get on your email list and get served by you in a way that doesn't require you to trade time. You are going to craft your first offer and create a sales plan to monetize that offer. And then, because this is a lot of work in 6 weeks, but I'm going to tell you guys, it might sound like a lot of work, but we're going to use technology and systems to make this quick, efficient, and as easy as I can for you guys. But at the end, you're going to create a 90-day momentum roadmap and then also a plan for the next year. So you are going to build out the bones of your side hustle, of your business, of your next stream of income, and create a plan for moving forward. So you're not going to leave this program with like, that was motivational, that was educational. You're going to leave with something real. So let's talk about who the program is for and who it is not for. Now, this program is for any dietitian, RD2B, or healthcare professional who is listening to this. So if you're someone who wants income and impact beyond exclusively one-to-one work, if you're looking for flexibility, scalability, or the option to maybe leave your job someday and make your side hustle a full hustle. Maybe you're tired of feeling stuck or scattered and you're just unsure of what to focus on. You want the step-by-step, tell me what to do plan instead of just random advice or even stuff that ChatGPT spits out to you. You want support, you want accountability, and you want someone to help you through this process. You're ready to build and not just think about building. Let's talk about who it's not for. This isn't for someone who wants a get-rich-quick scheme. They do not exist. You could hear like the best marketing, thing online about, quick and easy and free ways to do things. It's not a get rich quick scheme. It's not about building passive income without effort. You guys, if you listen to the podcast, you hear me talk about passive income. It's amazing, but it takes time to build out the traffic and the systems to get that passive income. So in the 6 weeks together, we're going to build out all the foundations, but we're not talking in 6 weeks, you're going to be flowing in passive income because that does take time, but it is so worth it when you hit that point. Now, I mentioned at the beginning how blogging's not dead. I very seldom touch my blogs, but they continue to make thousands of dollars month after month. I continue to get messages from people who are being helped and served and lives changed by articles on my blog. So, I've shared my story about the blog. It took about 18 months to start making like good passive income. I mean, I started making some in the beginning, but when you're making like $5, $10, that's not life changing. But when you have something that is helping people and making pretty darn decent income, passive income is worth it. But it's not something that is get rich quick, you know, doesn't take any effort. It's completely free. And this program also isn't for those who want to skip the foundational work. I've worked with a lot of people and I know that life gets busy and I know that life happens and I know we have to be so focused to build out the foundational things because life's going to happen. And sometimes when we say, I'll do it later, later just doesn't happen. So let's talk about what's in the program. So what you get inside the Side Hustle Accelerator program. So this is a program where we build out the bones of your business. There's a 6-week build framework. It's going to include, it will include course content where I'm showing you how to do it. My goal to you guys is I am trying to make the shortest videos that have the most amount of impact. I don't just want to waste your time with me talking and talking and talking for hours. I push myself recognizing that you guys don't have a lot of time. What is the minimal amount of information you need to take action and have success with the big goals that you have? So you will be watching course content that I'll be building out every week. We're going to have group calls every single week. So as you have questions, if you need help, if you just need someone to be like, does this look right? I am there to support you. So in week 1, it's all about clarity and direction, making sure that you have clarity and you choose your niche, who your audience is, who you're serving, and your side hustle model. So week 1 is all about getting clarity. This is what I'm going to do. No more confusion, no more thinking about what might I do. You're going to have clarity. This is what I'm doing. This is where I'm going. Once we have that. In week 2, it's all about visibility and marketing. You are going to set up the platform and plan to get in front of the right people. Now, what I'm so excited about this program is that we're all different in what we're interested in and not interested in. So you might be like, my visibility and marketing platform is going to be social media. You might be like, I want to do social media. I want to build my website and my blog. In week 2, you pick the right path for you and you set up the platform and plan for you and your business and your audience that's going to get the right people. Week 3 is all about lead generation. You heard me give that plug about email marketing. So you are going to build out your email marketing platform. You're going to create an email list. You're going to create a really good lead magnet, which is just a freebie to get people on your list. And you are going to create a welcome sequence. So that way, when people sign up, they get emails from you without you having to manually email them. We want to make sure that people who are interested in what it is you have to offer get served by you. And we are going to create this. I'm not just going to tell you guys how to do it. We're going to do it. Okay. So in week 3, you're going to build out your lead generation, which is email marketing. Week 4 is offer creation. You're going to decide what you're going to sell and how you'll deliver it. Again, every business is so different. So you're going to decide for you and your audience, what is it that I am going to sell and how am I going to sell it? Week 5 is all about the sales system. So this is about building out that sales process and messaging because, in 6 weeks, we are building bones and foundation. Will you, put out that sales offer in the 6 weeks? Maybe, but it might come later. So we are going to go over what your process is going to look like, how you're going to sell and get that messaging clear. So that way, when it comes time to sell, you got everything ready. Then in week 6, this is the momentum plan. You've built out those bones of the sales cycle, the marketing, the lead acquisition, the sales, the offer, and then it's all about building out a plan for continued momentum. You're going to build a 90-day plan and a 1-year action plan. So we're talking about building a side hustle quick. I mean, we're going to have your side hustle built before Q2 even hits for 2026. And we aren't talking about a whole year to build a business. Again, this is just 6 weeks. So you might be wondering, how, Katie? How are we going to do all of this? I have a full-time job. I have children. I have a life. So what we're going to be using is we're going to be leveraging technology. We're going to be using custom ChatGPT prompts and tools that I am creating based on best practices, based on what I use with my students that will help you to create these things faster. You're going to use tools and templates. You're going to get those weekly live calls and a supportive community, and we are going to bust things out and get these foundations built so that way you can continue to build out your side hustle. So the other thing with this program is I don't want anyone to feel like you're stuck or wondering, what do I do next? I am here to help you. So 6 weeks, you're going to build out your side hustle. You're going to build out your business. You're going to have those foundations and you're going to have the plan with what do I do moving forward? So that's the 6 weeks. But then you might wonder, what happens after 6 weeks? What happens when I built everything out and now I'm in the real world? Don't worry, my friends, I've got you. So what you're going to get after the program itself is you're going to get 10 months access to my community. And so you're going to get access to a private Facebook group, monthly office hours with me, continued accountability, support, and business inspiration because so often it's not just about building it out, but it's about, well, now that I'm implementing, things aren't going the way I planned. Okay, I did this and it didn't work. I think I need to pivot. How does this look? This tech is confusing me. You're going to have access to pick my brain and be in the room with other entrepreneurs to help you on your journey. Now, in the community, you're also going to get access to courses and trainings and all kinds of stuff that I've created over the years. I'm not going to go into the details of that because I feel like sometimes it's overwhelming when you're like, oh, I get access to this, this, and this. Just know there's going to be tools to help you as you continue to build out your side hustle and business. So, this program starts, oh gosh, what date does the program start? February 16th. Okay. So if you were listening to this before February 16th, 2026, it is not too late to join. And honestly, if you're listening to it after, just reach out to me. I don't know what things are going to look like, after doors close, because of course, we're going to build out this program. We're going to make sure everything is fine tuned. It's going to be such a great group. And then after that, of course, the program will be released and launched again. So even if you're listening to this later, like, shoot, I missed it. Don't worry, friends. It's not too late. So let me tell you guys about how to join. So you can go, I'll just give you guys the easiest way. Go to katiedodd.com. You guys know the drill. katiedodd.com is my Linktree page, and I will have the link to join the Side Hustle Accelerator program. There are payment plans available and a slight discount for anyone who wants to pay in full. And I also have, and I'm going to have this on katiedodd.com, I'm going to have a link to hop on a strategy call with me. If you're like, oh, this sounds really good, Katie, but I'm just not sure, then I want you to schedule a call with me and we can hop on that call and chat a little bit about, the direction you're going and what you want to do. Now, I call these calls clarity calls. Technically, are they sales calls? Yes. But one thing about me, and if you listen to the podcast, you probably know my heart. If you've ever been on a call with me, you would know this to be true. I'm not a pushy salesperson. I truly want to help you guys. So when we get on these goals, my goal isn't to close a sale. My goal is to help you get clarity on what you need, whether that's in my program or not in my program. And so my single goal in these calls is for you to get clarity. Where are you now? Where do you want to be? What's going to get in the way? And what do you need moving forward? Again, whether it's the program or not. So I don't have a ton of spots available for clarity calls, but if you go to katiedodd.com and you see the clarity call link, that means there's spots. If you don't, that means they booked out and I'm just like, I might be drowning. So, but just go back and if you see the button added, it means I've added more spots. So, okay, friends, I think that's what I wanted to share for you guys. Oh, I do have one more thing I want to add because this is a common question. People often ask me, Katie, do you provide CEUs? I don't provide CEUs for anything that I do in my programs. That is a couple of reasons. Not to get in the weeds of it. Number one, there's a lot of steps that it takes to get CEUs, but also the person that I want to work with. I want to work with those of you who are serious about building a business, not just gaining some CEUs. Not that you can't do both, but I've always decided for my programs. Well, I don't want to say always because I could always change my mind, but I've chosen up until this point just to be focused on helping you to build a business and make money. And CEUs isn't something that I currently do and pursue. So I often get that question. So the answer is there's no CEUs with this, but it's going to be amazing. And you're going to build out the bones of your business and it's going to be a great group. So anyways, I am so excited for the Side Hustle Accelerator program. Again, I have been dreaming and scheming about this program for so long, and I'm just so excited that 2026 is here and this program is going live into the world. And if this resonated with you, I sure hope that you will join me. It's going to be fun. It's going to be good. It's going to help you to make 2026 the year that changes everything. This could be the year that you finally leave your job. This could be the year that you get the financial independence that you've so desperately needed. This could be the year that you finally stop thinking about and dreaming about and you finally start doing it. So I'm going to get off. I'm going to get off that, but you can tell I'm so excited. So that's what I have for you guys today. Um, as always, go to katiedaw.com to learn about all the ways we could work together. Next week, we actually have a fun podcast coming out. It's going to be all about healthcare insurance. It's called Health Insurance 101 for Entrepreneurs. And I'm going to be interviewing, well, I've already done it. It's already been recorded, but it's with Caitlin McSorley, and she is a dietitian and a healthcare insurance broker. And she's really awesome. And she breaks down everything about healthcare. Or healthcare insurance. So stay tuned for next week. And Thanks so much for listening to the Dietitian Side Hustle podcast. I appreciate each and every one of you so much, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye, guys.